नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां पुनः स्वागतम्। अस्माभिः गतकक्ष्यायां वासरद्वयं यावत् प्राक् विशेषणविशेषस्य किञ्चित् उदाहरणसहितज्ञानं प्राप्तम्. We learnt about noun adjective pairing technique in Samskritam in the last class. So what did we learn? That nouns can become adjectives to other nouns. But the very peculiar thing in Sanskritam is that the adjective version of the noun tracks that which is described, okay, that which it enhances. So, Visheshanam and Visheshyam. Visheshanam will track the Visheshyam, is the speciality of Sanskritam. So, we learned this particular verse also. Yallingam yadvachanam yacha vibhaktihi visheshyasya tallingam tadvachanam tasacha vibhaktihi visheshanasya api. So whatever is the gender, whatever is the uh, number, vachana, okay, or whatever is the case or vibhakti of the described word, I think it's called adjunct or some such word is there, okay, that very gender, number and case shall be of the adjective or the visheshana. So this is the peculiar thing we saw. So it is associated very strongly by tracking the noun which it describes. Okay, it seems kind of natural, right? But this is peculiar only to Sanskritam. It seems like this should have been the case in any Indo-European language, but it's very specifically so in Sanskritam, which is why it allows large verses to be composed where words tend to move around and there is no confusion for us to decode who belongs where. Okay, it's a very important and very beautiful property that the adjective attaches itself very intimately to the noun that it describes so that there is no dubiousness in the sentence as to where that adjective belongs. Okay, still there are some cases when there are two nouns in the same vibhakti participating, like there are two kartas, Ramanaha, Lakshmanaha cha karyam kurutaha, something like that. So then, yeah, Rama could have a Visheshana of his own, Lakshmana could have a Visheshana of his own. So in that case, we have to go with context. But in most cases, typically, the primary noun in a particular vibhakti which usually is one, and the Visheshana of that will track it. So it's very easy to sort things out. Yallingam yadvachanam yacha vibhaktihi visheshyasya tallingam tadvachanam sacha vibhaktihi visheshanasya. So remember, visheshya is that noun which is being described. Visheshana is the attached descriptor to that noun. Okay, visheshya, visheshana. Don't confuse between the two. Okay, so adjective is the visheshanam. Okay, all right. So now, having practiced some examples by reading them, it is time for us to test ourselves. Okay, and here this is a very easy test. So I use what I call crowdsourcing of answers for this test. Those of you who desire to participate can unmute and participate at the right time. So just let us read the question before we go into the collective answering part. So basically separate the following words into Visheshanam, Visheshyam. Normally, this is a tough thing in Sanskritam. For example, a grihini in a sentence can stand itself as the primary noun. Okay. So, and something else could describe the grihini. So, when there is no sentence context, we are left to some basic means. Okay, so this is not such a great exercise in my opinion, but they have given it so that we start generalizing. Oh, this is actually a noun. No, no, this belongs more as a adjective than as a primary noun, like that. But it is really dubious because a Visheshanam itself can become a Visheshyam in the absence of another that it describes. For example, Sundaraha Ramah Gacchati. The beautiful Rama goes. But you can say Sundaraha Gacchati. In Sundara itself could be the name of another person. So only in the context of Rama being present, Sundaraha became his attribute. So I am giving a very lame example, but you see the point. So that way it is a little bit questionable, but generally as using our Rudhi Bala, we say no, this should be probably a belongs as a Visheshanam, this belongs as a Visheshyam, like that. So it's okay that we make mistakes with this list, but so let's try it. So they have given a list: Neelaha, Unnataha, Vrikshaha, Ramaha. Some are clearly Visheshana, some are clearly Visheshya, some are both there here. So let us see how we can conclude. Okay? But mostly we answer this right because they haven't given very dubious set. So you have to just shout out when I say a word, you have to shout out, is it Visheshana or Visheshya? Then we will unravel and find out. Neelaha.
Visheshanam.
Visheshanam. Yeah, most likely it belongs as Visheshanam. Here they have given the plural because it's a list, but it's a Visheshanam. So Neelaha, for example, Neelaha Megaha, something like that. Of course, I have a Pakshi there, but anyway, Neelaha Megaha, Neelaha Khagaha. Khagaha is a pulling a word for. So Neelaha Khagaha. Unnataha.
Visheshanam.
Visheshanam again because tall something. So we Unnataha Prani. So giraffe here. Okay. Chitroshtraha. Unnataha Chitroshtraha. Vrikshaha.
Visheshyam.
Visheshyam. Correct.
Visheshanam.
Visheshyam. No, it won't be a Visheshanam because it has to be described as Unnataha Vrikshaha. So it is difficult to attach Vriksha as a Visheshana to something else. Okay.
Vishayam.
So it will become Visheshyam.
Visheshya.
So it is very
Vishesh.
obvious it will become a Visheshyam. Though it is a pronoun, still it belongs as a that which needs to be qualified. What kind of tree? So Amraha Vrikshaha, something like that. Okay. So Vrikshaha. Then Ramaha.
Visheshyam.
Visheshya.
Visheshyam again because he needs to be described. Dhiman Ramaha, something like that, right? Dhanurdhari Ramaha, Dhanurdhari Ramaha, like this. Buddhiman.
Visheshanaha.
Visheshanaha, no, Visheshanam. Okay, it's a
Visheshanam.
Napumsakalinga pada. Visheshanam, you have to say. Okay,
Chamyatam.
Buddhiman,
Visheshanam.
Visheshanam. Very good. So, Buddhiman Abhiyanta, Buddhiman Purushaha. Some Einstein is standing here. Chhatraha.
Visheshyam.
Visheshya is the most close possibility. Okay. So, but you can actually make it a Visheshana. Chatraha Ramaha Tatra Asti. Okay. So, the student Rama is over there, not the teacher Rama. Something like that. You can also take it to Visheshana, but most generally it is Visheshya. Okay. So, it belongs to this list, second list, Visheshya. So, Chatraha Tatra Gacchati. Okay. Uttama.
Visheshanam.
Visheshanam.
Uttama
Uttama
Balika.
Balika. Very good. See, right now we have a picture of a Uttama Balika. So, okay, that's easy one. That's a feminine gender also. Okay. Again, in another context, Uttama could be the noun. So, it's okay. We'll take it. Chatura.
Visheshanam. Dakshinari.
Most likely Visheshanam. Chatura Balika. Chatura Balika Atra Tishtati. Grihini.
Visheshyam.
This could again belong to both. Grihini Sita Tatra Gacchati or Sita Grihini Asti. So we are attributing Grihinitva to Sita. So it is like a Visheshana, or if you don't include any other name, Grihini Grihe Asti, then it becomes not a Visheshana, it becomes actually a Prathama Vibhakti noun. But
Most probably Visheshyam is preferred.
your guess. So Mahodaya is guessing Visheshyam, others are guessing Visheshana. Let us see what Samskrita Bharati concludes. Samskrita Bharati. Sorry, just a minute. An aeroplane is going past. I can't hear a thing. I apologize. Okay. So, it is a Visheshya, most likely, is what they have also clarified.
Mahodaya, Visheshyam Vaktavyam Visheshyah.
No, Visheshyam iti Vaktavyam. But if you are using a mixed language, you can just stop with Visheshya. It is a Visheshya like that. Because,
Astu Mahoday.
but technically in Sanskritam, you have to conclude it with its correct Vibhakti ending. And the natural Vibhakti ending for it is Visheshyam. Okay?
Visheshyam.
Grihini iti Visheshyam padam asti. Like that.
Visheshyam.
Next, Balika.
Visheshyam.
Visheshyam.
So just now we saw, no? Uttama, Balika, like that. So Balika is a Visheshyam. Sundari.
It goes in
Visheshyam.
both.
Visheshanam also and it is
Can be both.
Visheshanam.
If it is some
it is
lady's
both.
name, it is Sundari is actually a Visheshya. But since most cases it is Sundari Balika, so then it will become Sundari Nartaki, something like that. So it will be Visheshanam.
Visheshanam.
Okay. Lekhani.
Visheshyam.
Visheshyam, because it's an instrument. So you can say Raktavarniya Lekhani, something like that. Okay. Then
Malinam
Malinam.
Visheshanam.
Visheshanam. Malinam
Malinam
Vastram.
Vastram.
Correct. Malinam Vastram. So, okay. Phalam.
Visheshyam.
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 We are not describing it with some quality like Amram Phalam or Jambu,
Madhuram.
Madhuram Phalam, something like that. So, Phalam goes most likely to Visheshya. Okay, so Visheshyam. So, for example, see Naranga Phalam. Naranga becomes the Visheshanatva. I can samasta include it as a Naranga Phalam or Narangam Phalam. I can separate it out. Then Narangam is the Visheshana, the particular nature of the fruit. Okay.
Shvetam Visheshanam.
Visheshanam. Very clear. Shvetam Karpa.
Visheshanam.
Shvetaha Karpasaha. See, there I have put Shvetam because that is the Napumsakalinga word given there. But in the picture, it is Shvetaha Karpasaha. Because we have to switch the Linga to Pullinga and Ekavachana. So Pratama Vibhakti. So Shvetaha it will become. So you cannot call this Shvetam Karpasaha. Mistake. Classic mistake. Okay. Because now we are talking of a Karpasaha, which is a Pullinga, which is a cotton. Okay. So Shvetaha Karpasaha. Like that we have to go. Okay. Then
Dvaram Visheshyam.
Dvaram.
Visheshyam.
Visheshyam. Because you can say Pradhanam Dvaram. Something like that. Okay. So Visheshyam. Then Vishalam.
Visheshanam.
Visheshanam. Vishalam Dvaram. You can say big door. Okay.
Vishalam Griham.
Vishalam Griham. Bhaginyaha Griham Vishalam Asti. Griham.
Visheshyam.
Visheshyam. Visheshyam.
Visheshyam.
Because just now we said Vishalam Griham, right? So Bhagini already hinted. Already they are paired. Okay. So that is that. See, Mama Griham Vishalam Asti. This Kutira. Well done. So we'll move forward to the next exercise. Again, this is also pretty easy. One particular Visheshya.
Yes.
Many Visheshyas are there. Lekhani, Pustakam, Pataha, Sasyani, different Linga, Vachana. Actually, they are all in Prathama Vibhakti. But they are at least in different Vachana and different Linga. So, Uttama is the Visheshana Pratipadika given to us. Uttama. So, if you remember Uttamaha Pullinga, Uttama Strilinga, Uttamam Napumsakalinga. And then their Dvivachana, Bahuvachana will go like that. Uttamaha, Uttamau, Uttamaha in Pullinga. Then Uttama, Uttame, Uttamaha in Strilinga. Uttamam, Uttame, Uttamani in Napumsakalinga, right? So Rama Shabda, Sita Shabda, Phala Shabdavat, Uttama Shabda api. Okay, in the corresponding linga. So now we have to shout the correct form. Lekhani.
Uttamam Lekhani.
Very good. Strilinga.
Uttama Lekhani.
Uttama Lekhani. Strilinga Ekavachana. Okay, Pustakam.
Uttamam
Uttamam Pustakam. Napumsakalinga Ekavachana. See, the danger now is, what we have to remember is, Lekhani is a Ikaranta Shabda. Uttama is a Akaranta Shabda. So, Uttama should go in its Vibhakti form using Sita word or Rama word, like that. Rama, Rame, Ramaha, like that it has to go. Lekani goes differently. Lekali, lekanyau, lekanyaha.
कन्याः
Quite different than Uttama. But for example, instead of Lekhani, it is Lekanyaha here. You cannot say Uttamyaha Lekanyaha, and that will be a colossal error. That's where you have to be awake. It is Uttamaha Lekhanyaha. Okay, that's the catch. That's where we fall into a trap. We have to be declining each word according to its Antakriya and not get influenced by the Antakriya of the Visheshya. Okay, so that's important. So Uttamam Pustakam, luckily both are Akaranta Napumsaka Shabda, so they look alike. Okay, here they don't. Here Uttama and here E, Lekhani. See, here they don't. Okay. Next one,
Uttamaः
Balikaha.
बालिकाः
Uttamaha Balikaha, Stri Bahuvachana. Pataha.
उत्तमाः
पाठाः
Except it is Pullinga Bahuvachana now. Okay, though its form is similar in Srilinga and Pullinga, but here it is Pullinga Bahuvachana. Uttamaha Pathaha. Okay, Granthau.
ग्रन्थौ
Uttamaha Grantaha, Uttamau Granthau. Dvivachana. Very good. Pullinga Dvivachana. Sasyani.
उत्तमानि सस्यानि
Uttamani Sasyani. Easy one. Both are Akaranta. So Uttama goes to Uttamam, Uttame, Uttamani. Sasya goes to Satyam, Sasyam, Sasye, Sasyani.
सस्यानि
Napumsakalinga Bahuvachana. Okay. Pushpe.
उत्तमे पुष्पे
पुष्पे
What linga?
नपुंसकलिङ्ग
नपुंसकलिङ्ग
द्विवचनं
Dvivachanam. Very good. Pushpam, Pushpe, Pushpani.
पुष्पाणि
So like that it goes Uttamam, Uttame. So Uttame, Pushpe. Napumsakalinga Dvivachana. Naryau.
नार्यौ बहुवचनं स्त्रीलिङ्गः उत्तमाः
उत्तमे
नार्यौ
Enormous confusion in the gang.
उत्तमौ
Some are saying
उत्तमे
Bahuvachana.
नार्यौ उत्तमे नार्यौ
Okay.
उत्तमे
Okay.
नार्यौ
Uttame Naryau. Dvivachana Strilinga. Okay. Uttame Naryau. Nari, Naryau, Naryaha.
Naryah.
Remember, Lekani, Lekhanyau, Lekhanyaha. Similar. Okay. Chhatraha.
उत्तमः
छात्रः
Uttamaha Chhatraha. Everybody is good in this list. Tarunau. Uttamau Tarunau. Uttamaha, Uttamau, Uttamaha. Uttamau Tarunau. Pullinga Dvivachana. Okay. Okay. Now we have a next one. You before you jump in, just stay quiet for a short time. See, left side we will read the thing. Samichinaha, Alasau, Dirgaha, Sundaram, Sundaryau, Shrestha, Madhurani, Dhira in Sambodhana. So all these are Visheshanas. Okay. And the right side all Visheshyas, Lataha, Pushpam, Sainika, Sambodhana. Lekhanyau, Katha, Balakah, Tarunau, Phalani. So we need to match according to by looking at the matching linga vachana, and vibhakti is not happening because still we are in pratama vibhakti. Okay, so samichinaha balakaha. See, pullinga ekavachana tak. Okay, so first thing we have to do in the mind is we have to identify this. So you next to lataha we have to stri bahuvachana, napumsakalinga ekavachana, pullinga sambodhana ekavachana, strilinga dvivachana, strilinga ekavachana. This is the important thing we have to do. Once we have identified this kind of knowledge mapping is required in us. We should be able to unravel this into its correct category. Then same thing, if we come here, find out who is pullinga ekavachana, for example, or actually we should do this on the left side maybe. You can do this on the left side and then look for it on the right side. Either direction is okay. Here after all matching. So anyway, we are going from left to right. So Alasau, Tarunau. Bad. Two young boys are lazy. So Alasau, Tarunau. We see them here. Alasau, Tarunau. Dirgaha, Lataha. Okay, because nothing else is there in Strilinga Bahuvachana here. So Dirgaha, Lataha, Stri Bahuvachana. Okay, so Lata is this thing, Kripa. Sundaram
Pushpam.
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 Napumsakalinga ekavachana. Okay, Sundaram Pushpam. Sundaryau.
Lekanyau.
Lekanyau.
Okay. I
Lekanyau.
don't know how we can describe the pen as beautiful, but nowadays, since they are making it very decorative, you can say that. Maybe it writes beautifully. So, Sundaryau Lekhanyau. So, like this. Shrestha Katha. Strilinga ekavachana. Superior story. Okay. Panchatantra. Madhurani Palani. Sweet fruits. Okay. So lots of them here for us to choose from. Dhira.
Sainika.
Sainika. Hey Dhira Sainika. Hey Dhira Sainika. Hey bold soldier. I am calling someone to attention like that. Okay. They have given away a lot by already putting apostrophe. It is made very easy. So one is immediate answer, but it's last anyway. So this is how we go about. This is a very plausible type of exercise that can happen. Okay. So yeah. Next exercise, what we have, I am coursing through little quickly. Okay. So next exercise is state how should he or it be and how not to be. So how something should be and how something shouldn't be. So you have to negate the vishesh. See what they have done. Actually, it's a good exercise. First, let us understand that. So udaharanam is janaha dharmikaha bhavantu. May the people be dharmik. So adharmikaha na bhavantu. May they not be adharmik. So may they follow dharma. Both are saying the same thing. One is saying in an assertive, positive sense. The negation version is being negated in action. So do the positive, don't do the negative. That is the trait of these sentences. Okay. So you have to use your sense of what is correct and what is incorrect and fill it correctly. So dharmika, adharmika, you have to fill correctly. Dharmika should go there, adharmika should come here, and particularly further because it is janaha, you should decline in pullinga bahuvachana, here also pullinga bahuvachana. Same karta applies in the second half, it is not mentioned, but from bhavantu we know it is same karta because it's bahuvachana. So janaha borrows mentally. Okay. Now I will kind of mute. Can you all mute? Because I think multiple people answering won't work out for this. I will mute everyone. I'm going to call out Anurag Nair to participate.
Okay.
So Anurag Nair, Varya, you have unmuted? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. So Balakah dash bhavatu dash na bhavatu.
बालकः अध्ययनशीलः भवतु निद्राशीलः न भवतु.
Very good. Prathama ekavachana pullinga mahodaya converted correctly. Well done, mahodaya. So adhyayana shilaha bhavatu, may he become studious and not become sleepy. Very good. Thanks, Varya. Akshay Viruprakash, Vishnu Prakash. Akshay Vishnu Prakash.
नमस्कारः महोदय.
Second one.
चिन्तनम् उत्तमं भवतु अधमं न भवतु.
Adhamam na bhavatu. Napumsaka ekavachanasi chintanam. Okay. It is by default, it's a word that is napumsaka. So chintanam uttamam bhavatu adhamam na bhavatu. See, in the first case, there was a nai, dharmika, adharmika, negation. But in the second case, there are two different contrast words available. Same with uttama, adhama. Here also, adhama can be replaced by anuttama also. You know, Sanskrit is very flexible. So anuttamaha. So anuttamaha na bhavatu. Anuttamam shamyatam, because napumsaka. Anuttamam na bhavatu also. But since they have explicitly given uttama adhama, we have to fill the correct sense. Now the work for us is what is the linga vachana. We have to do that conversion. In another deeper case, it could be also vibhakti conversion. Okay. All right. Thanks, Varya. So yeah, Chandrakala.
Yes, sir. Namaste.
Namaste, Varya. Next, third one.
Third one. Vakyani saralani bhavantu, katinani na bhavantu.
Kutra parikshayam va? Vakyani saralani bhavantu, katinani na bhavantu. Well done. Okay. So may the sentences be easy, not difficult. Here, Vakya could be a mathematics formula also. Okay.
Exactly.
Who said exactly?
Sir, I'm Shweta.
Shweta. So Shweta gets the
Yes.
chance. Number 4 for you.
Okay. Jalam nirmalam bhavatu. I mean, yes. Jalam nirmalam bhavatu. Malinam na bhavatu.
Malinam na bhavatu. So jalam nirmalam bhavatu, malinam na bhavatu. Again, napumsakalinga ekavachana. Okay. Thanks, Bhagini. Anjana. Anjana Variye. Can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Chhatrah, Chhatrah, Uttirnani bhavantu.
Why?
Chhatrah,
Hold on. Why uttirnani?
Chhatrah,
What linga? Chatra.
Chatrah. Punlinga bahuvachana, Chhatrah. It can be Strilinga bahuvachana also.
It could be correct. I completely agree with you. So it could be chhatra, chhatre, chhatraha also. Okay. So you can go for either of those. Okay. Mentally. So if uttirna is the pratipadika, okay, how would you decline it in pullinga?
Chhatra, chhatre, chhatra. No. Uttirnaha, uttirne, uttirnaha.
Okay, if it is strilinga, right?
Uttirnaha.
So, okay, let us take strilinga. So, uttirna, uttirne, uttirnaha, not uttirnaha. Okay, you cannot start pullinga and strilinga. So, uttirnaha, uttirnau, uttirnaha. If it is pullinga, if it is strilinga, uttirna, uttirne, uttirnaha. But since it's chatraha bahuvachana, even if you assume strilinga, what is the filling?
Uttirnaha.
Not uttirnani. So don't jump into this napumsakalinga business by default and all that. So chatraha uttirnaha bhavantu. Kim na bhavantu?
Anuttirnaha na bhavantu.
Bhavantu. Negation. Simple nai samasa here. Anuttirnaha. Okay. Well done. Thanks, Bhagini. So now the next exercise can be crowdsourced. So you guys can choose to unmute because you have to just shout one word. Point out the visheshanam in the following sentences. Dhiraha balakaha unnatim prapnuvanti.
Dhiraha visheshanam, unnatim visheshanam.
Okay, hold on, Bhagini. See, many people just have to shout a word. Many people shouted dhiraha. Very correct. Dhiraha is a visheshana to balakaha. There is no doubt. What is unnati? Is it a visheshana? Anybody can answer?
No.
It doesn't explain the person. It doesn't explain the person.
It does not
It
have
doesn't. Correct. Very good. Hold on. Now, very good. But it explains. It is a kriya visheshana, guys. Okay? It is a kriya visheshana, though unknowingly Samskrita Bharati has shown it for us because it is describing what they get. Either you can take it as a karma, but because it is not actual, it is a kind of a adjective to the obtaining. So it is actually a adverb. Okay. So kriya visheshana unnatim prapnuvanti, like that. Okay, so start recognizing how to do kriya visheshana is a little difficult for us to identify. But once you do 100 of them, you start loving it. Oh, this is a kriya visheshana. Sometimes it looks like as if it is a karma pada, but it is actually a kriya visheshana in most cases. Okay, all right. Pragatim prapnuvanti, unnatim prapnuvanti, like this. Okay. Unnatah vrikshah udyane asti.
Unnataha
Unnataha is the visheshana to vrikshah. Very easy. Udyane is saptami. So it is not any kriya visheshana, nothing.
locative case.
It is a locative case where the tree is there. Okay. So it belongs in the sentence as a location. Well done. Sundaram okay, I'm supposed to unravel like this. Okay. Sundaram mukha puta chitram mahyam rochate.
Sundaram.
Mukha puta chitram is basically portrait of a person. Okay. So beautiful portrait To
I,
me, it is
mahyam.
desired. Mahyam rochate. You know, ruch dhatu forces
Chaturthi
mahyam.
vibhakti rochate.
Correct. Bagini is correct. We had seen it in our first level. So that is being used here. Okay. So Sundaram Mukaputa Chitram Mahyam rochate. I like this portrait. Or actually you can switch it as Sundaram Mukaputa Chitram Aham Ichchami. If you want to go active voice sense, okay, instead of Ruch Dhatu, which forces Chaturthi, you can go Aham Ichchami. But there is something about Ruch Dhatu which is specific. Aham Ichchami is not as clear as Mahyam Rochate. I like it. It's better said by Mahyam Rochate than Aham Ichchami. Aham Ichchami sounds like I desire. It's not like I like. Okay.
I think the factor of detachment is what differentiates Rochate and Ichchami in this case.
Good, Bhagini. Yeah, I can say that. What is it? So, alasau balakau karyam na kurutaha.
Alasau.
Lazy.
Very easy. Lazy. Okay. Karyam, it's actually a karma pada for the kurutaha. Or na kurutaha. Na is a negation of the kriya pada. Na kurutaha. Pakwa, na is a avyaya shabda here. Okay. Pakwani phalani vrikshe santi. Pakwani. Very easy. Ripe fruits are there in the tree. I don't know where such a beautiful mango tree with giant mangoes are available, but it's there in internet. Okay. Point out Visheshyam in the following sentences. So the other way. Bhagavad Gitayam uttamaha vicharaha santi.
Bhagavad
Gita is not a Visheshya because Bhagavad Gita is not being described. Vichara is being described as Uttama. So, Uttamaha Vicharaha. So, Vicharaha has to be underlined as the Visheshyam.
Yeah, Visheshyam.
Okay.
So, in Bhagavad Gita, Saptami, very good discussions or points, you can say it in English, are there like that. Okay. Sajjanaha Purushaha Paropakaram Karoti.
Purusha.
Purushaha is the Visheshya, Sajjanaha is the Visheshana. Very good. Okay. Then Agastyaha Unnataha Nasti. Agastyaha. See, here deliberately Samskrita Bharati reverse the order. Okay? Because that's how we go naturally. Because we want to emphasize what is not. So we say Agastya is not tall, goes later emphasis than Agastya. But still, Unnata retains his Visheshanatva wherever it moves. For accenting, it may move down in the order, but it continues to describe Agastya. Okay. Actually not describe Agastya because finally Nasti. Okay. It's a kind of a special Visheshana because it is absent in Agastya. So, Unnataha Nasti, Agastya. So, Agastya has to be underlined, not Unnataha. Amalakani Amlani Bhavanti. Here little tricky. Okay. Amlam is the taste. Amalakam is the fruit or the vegetable, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So, Amalakani Amlani Bhavanti. So, you can say what do you call it in English?
Gooseberry.
Gooseberry. Thanks, Bhagini. Such a complicated name, no? Gooseberries are sour. Yeah, sour is the word. Correct. I'm losing my English nowadays. Reading too much Sanskrit. Okay, so gooseberries are sour. So Amalakani, which is gooseberry, has to be underlined as the Visheshya, not the sourness. Okay. Chaturaha Mahilaha Sukhena Jivanti. Mahilaha. Easy one. Okay. Smart ladies live happily. Okay. What about men? Dumb men live happily.
Sukhena is a karma-karaka.
Which one?
Sukhena. Chaturaha Mahila.
No. Karana-karaka. Tritiya.
Chatura.
Karana-karaka.
But it is actually a Tritiya holder for a Kriya Visheshana. It is a Kriya Visheshana to Jivanti, but it is a Tritiya placeholder. Okay, instrumental, you can say instrumental adjective.
Yes, sir.
Adverb, sorry, instrumental adverb word. Okay, it has two properties there.
How
With
does he live?
happiness they live.
Sukhena Jivan.
Katham jivanti sukhena ji. Katham in the question normally we ask. We don't ask kena jivanti. Kena gives the sense of saha, I mean with whom. But so in Sanskritam we ask katham jivanti sukhena jivanti. Dukkhena jivanti, like that. Okay. Santoshena jivanti. These kind of kriya visheshanas. Okay, excellent. So looks like thanks to Samskrita Bharati sentences, we are also learning a little bit about Kriya Visheshanatva. How the Kriya Visheshanas occur, which is a good thing to learn always. It's a little bit higher concept, but it's a good thing to learn through examples. So having done all those examples in the first half an hour, let us start learning new stuff today. Okay, so I will mute everyone. Thanks for participating. Very well done. Vyavaharika Shabdhavali. So what Samskrita Bharati does in the second part of every lesson is introduce some new nouns to us, right? So because we have to build our vocabulary building generally means learning newer nouns, which are Rudhi nouns that we used in the world, and to learn verbs also, newer verbs. But here the focus of Shabdhavali is nouns. Okay? So I am going to invite someone to help me read it. Mangala Gauri Varye. Mangala Gauri. Mangala Gauri. Mangala Gauri. I'm reading it like an English person. So let me. Mangala Gauri Varye. She doesn't want to participate. Okay. Somebody unmuted. Dinesh Varya.
Sir.
Welcome back to our class. How come, sir, you are again attending?
Sir, I did not write this in the paper.
Oh, okay. Today you help us read the first set. Akaranta Shabdaha. Please read, sir.
Yes.
Words conveying relationship. Today we are learning about uncle, aunt, such things. Continue, sir.
Akaranta Shabdaha. Words ending in a. Shyalaha. Brother-in-law, wife's brother.
Very specific. Shala is Sala, what we say in Hindi, no? That one. Shyala is the origin of that Sala. So Shyalaha, brother-in-law, brother's wife, wife's brother, sorry.
Devaraha, brother-in-law, husband's brother.
So Devaraha is for the lady. Her husband's brother is her Devaraha. Shyalaha is for the man. So his wife's brother is Shyalaha. Okay? So you see how very curiously distinguished they are. Okay? In some cases that we see that there is more descriptor available in our languages than in English. Continue, sir.
Prapitamaha, paternal great grandfather.
Whenever you see pra, that is great addition. Okay. And then pita itself is grand because maha pita is just father. Pita maha is mahat shabda's element there. So that maha is indicating that grand. So you see how even English grandfather, pita mahat shabda. You see the influence of Sanskrit's coinage of grandfather into English. You see, father comes pita, grand mahat. Same thing they use. They didn't use something else. Why? Because they are actually it is basically the same language that slowly has morphed there. Okay. Prapitamaha. So here pita is father, pitamaha is father's father, prapitamaha is father's father's father, paternal great grandfather. Okay, continue, sir.
Pitruvyaha, paternal uncle, father's brother.
Pita Pitruvyaha. So it is linked to Pita. So father's brother. Pitruvyaha. Could be elder, could be younger. Okay. You will say maybe you will say Agraja Pitruvyaha, Anuja Pitruvyaha, something like that can be prefixed if you want to make a Samastapada. Younger, elder, like that. But
say Bade Chacha, you can say.
Bade Chacha, like that, correct. Continue, sir.
Dauhitraha, grandson, daughter's son.
See, very specific. Daughter's son has a very specific nomenclature. Dauhitra.
Prapautraha, great grandson, Son's son.
See, just like Prapitamaha was in the upward direction, past tense direction. Okay, I should not say past tense direction. In the Bhutakala, so Prapautra is in the Bhavishyat Kala roughly in the same 3 down. So great grandson, Prapautraha. Putraha itself is 1 down, right? So Pautraha is 2 down. So this is 3 down. Prapautraha. How powerful the language with its prefixes and all is unbelievable. The technology is what we have to clap. Okay, Prapautraha, great grandson. So much complication in English. Blub, blub, blub. Or if even that was not available, see how much more complex. Son. Nobody will want to read that.
Bhagineya, nephew, sister's son.
Very specific. Sister's son is Bhagineya. Huh? And next one, sir.
Bhatravyaha, nephew, brother's son.
Brother's son. Okay. So Bhagineya, Bhratruvyaha. Okay. Bhagini Shabda has generated Bhagineya. Bhaginyaha Putraha Bhagineya. Bratra Bratru Shabda. Pitra Pitrubhyam Pitrubhyam. Okay. Shashti of Bratru, whatever. Bhratrasya, no, it's not Akaranta Shabda. Bhratroho, something like that will come. Okay. So, the son of brother is nephew on the masculine lineage is brother's son. Okay. Bhratruvyaha. So, Bhagineyaha, Bhratruvyaha, different types of nephews. Okay. So, similarly, actually, Sanskrit allows 3 pratyaya addition to this. So, Bhagineya will become sister's daughter. Bhratruvya will becomes brother's daughter. So simple. The technology of adding pratyaya and prefixes allows such powerful extensions. Okay. And also this is called Taddita Prakriya. This Bhagineya generation from Bhagini, Bhratruvya generation from Bhratha. All these are Taddita techniques. So there is a technology built into the language to generate them. Some are by Rudi Bala we know, some we can construct actually. Okay, all are usually having some meaningful construction. Sometimes are drop-ins. I'm not saying there are no drop-ins, or some don't. We don't know how the construction is, so we just say okay, we accept it. Okay, thanks Varya. Well read. So I'll just summarize. Shyalaha, brother-in-law, wife's brother. Devaraha, brother-in-law, husband's brother. Prapitamaha, paternal great-grandfather. 3 removed. Pitruvyaha, paternal uncle. Dauhitraha, grandson in the daughter's lineage. Prapautraha, great-grandson in the son's lineage. So Pautraha itself is the actual Pautraha and Dauhitraha is in the similar depth. Prapautraha is one more deep. That means a smaller baby than Dauhitra. Not in age, but in hierarchy. Okay. Then Bhagineya Bhratraviha. One on the sister side, one on the brother side. And like I told you, so all of them said Dauhitri, Prapautri, Bhagineya, Bhratravya, Pitruvya, Pitamahi. I don't know about Devaraha, Shyalaha, how it goes. I don't want to bet with Strilinga addition there and how we have to correlate. I'm not expert enough, but potentially there could be, say, Shyala, there could be a Devara. I don't know. Or it may
Sir,
be
then,
yes,
sir,
Bhagini.
for daughters, son will be Pradohitraha.
Yes, daughter, son will be Pradauhitraha. But if you want to go, daughters, how, I mean, there may not be some engineered process. Okay.
Mahodaya, Dauhitra is daughter's son and Dauhitra is daughter's son, isn't it?
No, we
Dauhitra and Dauhitra.
yeah, that's why since we don't know whether to apply the pra to the daughter Duhitra or whether to apply to the greatness to the sons thing. I can't answer. Okay, but potentially it is an offspring of the daughter's son. That much we can say. I don't know whether daughter's son or daughter's son's daughter, daughter's son's son. I don't know how to say. Okay, I don't have the full knowledge of how to go about that. Okay, let us keep this much. It's okay. We have a big family already. See, let us not increase the size. Akaranta shabdaha. So let me call Ponnu, Ponnu, Varya or Varya, Ponnu. Somebody with the name Ponnu. Can you join in? Unmute.
नमस्कार महोदय.
नमस्ते वर्य. Ponnu Varya.
महोदय, मह्यं एकः सन्देहः अस्ति.
पृच्छतु वर्य.
भ्रातृव्यः शब्दस्य अर्थः भ्रातोः पुत्रः.
भ्रात्रोः पुत्रः, something like that.
किमर्थं पितृव्यः इति शब्दस्य अर्थः भेदः अस्ति?
The Rudibala, the generation, it's not, you cannot say, okay, Vyaha is only a son here and there it is brother, like that. How? It's a Rudibala. That of the Pita, that of the Brata. That's how mentally it goes. Okay? Something pulling off the Brata. So, son is applied here. Because the brother's brother will be Brata only, no? Not Bhratruvya. So by elimination, we take the son here, and there we are taking its, because father's son is I only, no? Why will I refer to myself as Pitruvya? I will refer to father's brother as Pitruvya, that of the father, like that. Okay? You can say roughly like that. By rejection, why will I indirect to myself as Pitruvya? Right? Why will I notate another Brata as Bhratruvya rather than Brata? This kind of thing I am choosing. That's okay, maybe. So the Rudi has defaulted differently in both cases. Okay? But finally, the Taddita is similarly, whatever Taddita Pratyaya that is used here, that may be simply saying that of the brother, that of the father, like that. Okay? So with that, it becomes son, daughter, brother, etc. is contextual. Okay? Akaranta Shabdaha. Please read from here on.
Akaranta Shabdaha Pitruvya, aunt, paternal uncle's wife.
So paternal uncle was Pitruvya, Pitruvyaha. So his wife will become Pitruvya. Okay.
Akaranta antam. Akaranta.
Because there is a different word for father sister. Okay. Father sister, though I may have wrongly said Pitruvya is father's sister, Pitruvya is father's brother's wife. So we go masculine and then associate his wife with the feminine. We see Pitrubhagini, Pitrushvasa is available for father sister. So we cannot go Pitruvya for father sister. We have to go Pitrubhagini, Pitrushvasa, like that. Okay. So Rudi Bala again. Okay. Continue, sir. Sorry, from Pitruvya.
Ikaranta Shabdaha Prapitamahi, paternal grandmother, great.
Actually, they missed great. In my textbook, maybe later editions, they have corrected it. So pra is there and spit maha is there. So already it is 2 removed. So prapitamahi, paternal great grandmother. Okay. Just pitamahi is paternal grandmother. Prapitamahi is paternal great grandmother. Okay. All right. Continue.
Pitru Bhagini va Pitrushvasa.
Shvasa.
Aunt, father's sister.
That is the other type of co-born of the father. So masculine type is Pitruvya, feminine type is Pitrubhagini. Okay. So Bhagini is one alias for sister. Swasa, Sakara. Swasa is another alias for, alias means another noun for sister. Okay. Probably the word sister comes from Swasa only of Samskrita, just like brother comes from Brata. Okay. Continue, sir.
Okay. Mahodaya, Swasa Shakaram Katam Bhavati Tatra?
There is a prakriya. In Sanskritam, there is something called Shatva, Shtutva. There are different Sandhi rules, and sometimes also there is Ranatva, that
Repakam.
Yeah, Repa influences some changes, etc. Okay? It's a Sandhi rule. Yeah.
Matu Bhagini.
Matru Bhagini.
Kshameta. Matru Bhagini Matrushvasa.
So Pitru stays with Matru becomes mother's side, mother's sister. Okay. So Now question is Matruvyaha, is it possible? Because Pitruvyaha is seen. So, but for mother's brother, something else may be used. We have to see. Mother's brother, Mama, no? So that one, I don't know what we use.
Matula.
Matulaha is there.
Matula.
Ah, very good. Thanks. They have not listed it, sadly. It would have been nice to have been in this list so that we get completeness. But so because Matulaha is there and Matulani, something like that is there for the
Matulani.
Strilinga. Strilinga version of Matulaha. So Matula is used for mother's brother rather than Matruvyaha. Matruvyaha or Matruvya is not used there. Okay. If you use it is not causal, we will understand. Okay. Continue.
Dauhitri, granddaughter, daughter's daughter.
Dauhitraha, Dauhitri. See, Dauhitraha, daughter's son, Dauhitri, daughter's daughter. See, this is straightforward Stri Pratyaya for that fellow's sister. Continue.
Prapautri, great granddaughter, son's daughter.
So the Stritva applies to the last of the lineage. Till then, because Pitru Shabda's genesis is used. Putra, Prautra, and so Pautri is great granddaughter, but son's daughter. Okay, and Pra is further removed. So son's daughter. So the Strilinga applies to the last element. Okay. Finish off the Rikaranta also.
Rikaranta Shabdaha. Yata, sister-in-law, husband's brother's wife.
Husband's. Oh, okay. So this is that. Sister-in-law. Yata.
Nananda, sister-in-law, husband's sister.
Nananda, Yata. So important relationships in a household to be peaceful is these two, and also one more is they have not shown it here. Mother-in-law. Mother-in-law. Okay, we will figure out the word for that later. Then last one, sir.
Vimata, stepmother.
Shwashruhu, something like that, right?
Shwashruhu.
Shwashruhu. So that is the other most important relationship. Okay, so Yata, Nananda, and Shwashruhu. Okay, mother-in-law. Excellent. Thanks. So you guys need to practice this a little bit because questions will come around it. Okay. Simple one mark questions, but it's nice to know.
All these upasargas are used for this vimata.
Correct. But upasarga is attached to dhatus. So this is, you cannot simply call it as a normal upasarga. There is some prefix nature to it. Yeah. Okay. So with having learned some new words, today we move to Chatushloka. We have 7 minutes. So let us read this and then take a water break today. Chatushloka, witty saying. So this is the third section. In every lesson you will find a new Chatushloka. So basically Chatuta means wittiness. Okay. So Chatushloka, a shloka with wittiness, with some smarts in it, something tricky in it. You can also use tricky instead of witty. A learned man had a well-read daughter. She made a point of testing the learning of those youths who sought her hand in marriage. Very important nowadays, right? Once a prospect, so whether or not the resume is good for a job, it better be good for marriage for these guys. Once a prospective bridegroom came. His knowledge was limited to the declension of Rama Shabda. He's a Rama Shabda Pandita. Like most of us are. Every time we take Rama Shabda and see what should be the Vibhakti instead of the correct ending. Yet he thought of himself as a learned man, like all of us do. The girl asked him, in which Vibhakti are the words Vihasya and Vihaya? Okay, actually Vihasya means having smiled, Vihaya means accept. It's an avyaya shabda actually. Anyway, the youth answered that they are in the genitive and the dative cases respectively. Okay, Shashti and Chaturthi. Because he said Ramasya, so of Rama, see here, Ramaha, Ramasya. see Shashti Vibhakti. So he said Shashti. Okay, I have a Mahaprana error there in the table. Okay, and then dative, which is Chaturthi for the other one, Vihaya, because Ramaya is heard a lot. So he said, oh, this is Shashti and Chaturthi. I passed. You marry me, like that. Again, the young lady, okay, gave him a second chance and asked, what is the case ending of aham? What is the case ending of aham? So the young man replied that it is in the accusative case, dvitiya. But we know asmad shabda goes aham, avam, vayam in pratama vibhakti. So he should have said pratama vibhakti ekavachana, but he said dvitiya because it sounds like ramam to him. All of us make this mistake, right? So remembering ramam in the accusative case. Okay, here, this Ramam, he saw. Okay, then you know that the answers given by the youth are not correct. In the fact, Vihasya and Vihaya are not noun forms at all. In fact, this is a incorrect. This is Panini will squirm if he sees this. They are actually Subantas, but they are Avyaya Subantas. Okay, they are Subantas. So please, I would ask Samskrit Bharati to change it. Okay, they are not vibhakti forms at all, they should say. They are not noun forms with a particular vibhakti at all. They are indeclinables, lyabantavyaye. Okay, lyabantas are also subantas, but avyayas. Okay, aham is not in the accusative case, but in the nominative case or prathama vibhakti. We know this. Daughter of the learned man could immediately make out that the young man's knowledge was limited to only Rama Shabda. She said this to her father, who was trying to say, no, see this fellow and see if you can marry him. So she tells her father, Yasya Shashti Chaturthi cha Vihasya cha Vihaya cha Yasyaham cha Dvitiya syat Dvitiya syamaham katam. Here is the Chatutva in her shloka. Okay. So Yasya of whichever fellow, Shashti Chaturthi cha Vihasya cha Vihaya. Shashti is Vihasya, his Chaturthi is Vihaya, and his Chaturthi is Vihaya. So whichever fellow for whom Shashti Vihasya is a Shashti Vibhakti word, Vihaya is a Chaturthi Vibhakti word. Yasya aham savarna dirgha sandhi. Yasya aham cha dvitiya syat. And for whom the word aham is in dvitiya potentially. Last one is say dvitiya syam aham katham. Katham va aham tasya dvitiya syam. How can I be second to him? How can I be his wife? That's what she said. So second to him is a laukika rudi, right? So here today we know the men are second to the ladies they marry. So it's okay. So Tritiya Syamaham Katam. How can I be second to him? I won't marry him. I can only be second to someone who is superior in knowledge, whom I can accept as my groom. Well done. Yasya Shashti Chaturti cha Vihasya cha Vihaya cha Yasyaham cha Dvitiya Syat Dvitiya Syamaham Katam. This Viti shloka has been put in the first chapter by Samskrit Bharati to tell us, please move beyond Rama Shabda. Don't get stuck with Rama Shabda, otherwise you will have difficulty in life in Sanskritam. It is only a small tip of the iceberg of Shabda forms. Okay, but it is important. Rama is important. How can I become second to him, a wife to him? He who declares Vihasya and Vihaya are in genitive dative case and Aham is in the accusative case. That's what he's saying. So here contextually we have to know. So the word Vihasya is in Shashti, word Vihaya is in Chaturthi, word Aham is in Dvitiya, like that. Okay. Okay. Having understood that, we will take a break now. So take a water break. It's exactly around 12 o'clock. 3-4 minutes
Mahodaya.
later, around 12:03, 12:04, we will gather back. Please take a water break now. I'm going to mute myself. Okay. Welcome back. I think just before I left, somebody had a question. Does anyone have a question with this learning?
Can I ask you one question, Mahodaya?
That's why I am asking Bhagini. Please.
Okay. This Syat Astistah Santi, like which form?
It is in a different lakara. Okay. Syat, Syatam, Syuhu. Okay. It is in, I think it is in Vidhiling, perhaps. Okay. So it is the same asdhatu in a different lakara. Could be sense, potentiality, rather than ease, rather than the asti staha santi is absolutely saying it is there, it is two or things are there, three things are there. Syat, syatam, syuhu is saying one thing could be there, two things could be there, many things could be there instead of is there. Okay?
Ast, dhanyawada.
Syam is uttama purusha version. Why uttama purusha? Because aham. There why syat? Because saha, yasya. Saha. Actually, no, the aham is the syat. Aham dvitiya syat. Aham is the karta of the syat. So it's a prathama purusha ekavachana. Whereas here, that aham is a shabda. So it is a prathama purusha. See how beautiful. Aham is used in a sanya form as a shabda. So it is syat is used to go with it. But here aham is actually herself. So uttama purusha is applied. This is the beauty. So here you have to take aham as a sanya pada. Here you have to take aham to indicate her, I, actual meaning I. Here it is I as a word in full hyphenation. Okay? Very technical it is. Same all the early above also, vihasya is not belonging as a word in the sentence other than as a sign. So vihasya is like a prathama vibhakti shabda. Vihasya as a word is in Shashti. Vihaya as a word is in Chaturthi. Technical again. Okay, in a sentence you won't use vihasya like that. You will use it as a lebantavya like that. Ramaha vihasya sitam vadati. Rama smiles and then tells Sita like that. Okay, that is the actual usage. Where there vihasya is not in not like a prathama vibhakti shabda. It is actually like a lebantavya as a terminal clause, as a dhatu closure for that phrase. Having laughed, Rama tells Sita, something like that. Okay. Any other questions? No. Okay. So let's go to samasya, riddle. So this morning session, as you know, is 1.5 plus hours with a break in between for our water break, and afternoon is a 1 hour session. So this is the fourth section. Here usually we are challenged with decoding something that seems improbable by play of words, how to maybe break the words differently than what we normally do, by which meaning comes, etc. For us at this level, since we are learners, this remains a samasya. It's not as if we can solve it, but at least we can start appreciating what the solutions are and learn from that. Somebody has a question? Somebody is unmuted.
Yes.
Sundari
Mahoday,
Bhagini.
what's the difference between Prahelika and Samasya? Both are in English, it's written riddle only.
Prahelika only. Yeah, Prahelika is another. Samasya is a generic word. I think Prahelika is the correct, is the technical title for such verses. Okay? Challenge one. So Prahelika is a better name for riddle than Samasya. Okay? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe later on in the textbook they changed it to Prahelika rather than Samasya. I don't know.
No, in the first Pravisha level,
We saw Prahelikas there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is also riddle only, they said.
I think
Here also
Prahelika is the more technical word. Yeah. Some sentences are inconsistent when viewed superficially, but when another related sentence is put alongside next to it in the context, the meaning of the former word becomes clear. Shlokas that contain such statements are called samasya. So the first half is like a paradox, and the second half closes it out nicely. In the context of this description, I remember Kalidas anecdotal stories associated with Kalidasa in the Samskrita world. So Kalidasa was a great Kavi in the Bhojaraja's Asthana is the folklore. He was such a great Kavi, well decorated, and obviously because he was loved by the king, he was respected by the king, etc. And many other failed Kavis, poor guys, used to try and come and get something from the king, saying something, etc. And then every time Kalidasa had to jump in to rescue them because they would have done some blunder. And the king himself, Bhoja himself, was a great Kavi. He was extremely good Bhashyakara and Kavi. So being that, he wouldn't tolerate low grade stuff in his Asthana. So, but always Kalidasa would jump in and save that poor guy by completing that apparent gibberish that the Kavi said in the court with a beautiful second half, and then explain to Bhoja what actually this great Kavi is explaining, and then Bhoja would give him some money and send him away. So this is how Kalidasa used to help derelict Kavis in his times. So that is what I am reminded. So this is something like that, but this is not exactly known to be in a Kalidasa's court or anything like that. Okay. So here, so one thing I remember is one guy comes and says some da 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 something like that, and then king becomes angry. What nonsense you're saying? And Kalidasa completes it with a beautiful second half, saying that is exactly what he's saying, and then like that. That's how I remember. Varshasyaikam dinam Gauri Pativaktram na pashyati. So Varshasya ekam dinam, of the year upon one day, Gauri, the Parvati Devi, Pativaktram, Vaktra means face, okay? Pativaktram, the face of her husband, na pashyati, she doesn't see. So this is karma pada for the drish dhatu here. So Gauri is the karta. So this is actually a kind of Saptami sense, but in a Dvitiya Vibhakti it is placed. Okay, so it's a temporal Saptami, but still it's placed in Dvitiya as a Dvikarmakatva. So Varshasya Ekam Dinam Gauri Pativaktram na Pashyati. So Gauri doesn't see her husband's face on one day of the year. So this is the puzzle. Which day and why she doesn't see is the puzzle part of it. Okay. And by the way, I want to remind here, most people read this verse Vakratunda Mahakaya like that. Not that it makes very bad apabramsha, because to call the face of Ganesha as Vakratunda, or the snorkel of Ganesha as Vakra is not as decorative as saying Vaktratunda. Vaktratunda means a face with a snorkel. Okay, so face with a snorkel, Mahakaya, with a big body. So the correct form is Vaktratunda, not Vakratunda. So remember, not double thing here, triple. So Kakara is there. Vaktra, K, Th, Repa, Vaktra, and Akara. So there are 4 aksharas there in that compound. So okay, Vaktratunda, same Vaktra here. Okay. Here the font is different, so it comes like this. Here it is split kakara, easier font. Okay. So Parvati does not see her husband Ishvara's face one day in the year. The solution to this samasya is simple. Okay. I earlier had mistaken this to be a particular different day when, ladies don't see their husband's face till they have seen the Chandra and things like that. But it's not that day, it's another day. So
that is Karwa Chauth.
that is Kadwa Chauth. This is not Kadwa Chauth. So this is a Ganesh Chaturthi actually, I think, maybe. Anyway, let us see the answer. This is Ganesh Chaturthi. Bhadra Shukla Chaturthyam tu Chandra Darshana Shankaya. So in the Bhadrapada Masa, in the Shukla Paksha, see the beauty of calendar keeping in Sanskritam. In the Bhadrapada Masa, in the Shukla Paksha, on the 4th day of the Shukla Paksha. That means, what is Shukla Paksha? The moon is going white in that Paksha. That means he is coming out of Amavasya
It's
and
the
moving
maximum
towards
days.
Purnima. Since he is coming out of Amavasya and moving towards Purnima, the 4th day is still very slim. He is very thin. He's just garnered a little bit of thin arch around him. And if you see sun, the Ishvara is always shown with that Chandra, Chauti Chandra on his head. Okay, that is his decoration. So sometimes actually Chandra is visualized as a lady who is and Parvati is supposed to be angry with her. You are the Shiva is closer to you always than I am. This kind of thing is also there as a Chandrika. It is taken also. Anyway, so here it is Bhadra Shukla Chaturtyam tu Chandra Darshana Shankaya. So it is the pratiti that this Chauti Chandra should not be seen. Okay. So even today some paddhati is there on a Ganesh Chaturthi. You avoid trying to look for the moon. You basically try to avoid, so you don't want to see the moon. Some ill will is supposed to come of it. Something folklore has come out of it. So this has been attributed even to Parvati, saying even she doesn't want to see the moon, but if she sees her husband, she will end up seeing the moon because it's always sitting there. That's that Chaturthi sun is Chaturthi Chandra is sitting there on top of his head as a permanent companion. So she doesn't look at him at all. So that's the solution. So Varshasya Ekadinam Gauri Pativaktram na Pashyati Bhadra Shukla Chaturtyam tu Chandra Darshana Shankaya Evam Bhavati. So that particular day in the year when she doesn't see is Bhadra Shukla Chaturthi. It's a lunar calendar. There is a belief that if one sees the moon on the day of Chaturthi of Bhadrapada Shukla Paksha, he will get the blame of stealing something. Because of the fear of seeing the moon on Ishvara's head. Oh, so of stealing something. Okay. There must be another big Puranic story related to that. It will be nice to know that. Anyway, I don't know. Because of the fear of seeing the moon on Ishvara's head, Gauri does not see his face on that particular day. Ganesha Chaturthi. This Bhadrapada Shukla Chaturthi is also Ganesha Chaturthi. Chandraha Pitarau Parikramantam Ganesham Uddishya Upahasati. This is the Katha, right? See, I have it here in Sanskrit annotation. Chandraha Pitarau Parikramantam Ganesham Uddishya Upahasati. Chandra, who is on Shiva's head, he looks at Ganesha doing the circumambulation of the parents, Pitara, the two parents. This is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So he addressing that kind of Ganesha who is circumambulating around his parents, he laughs. Upahasati. He does upahasa laughter. Right? So Kupita Ganeshena Chandraha Shaptaha Abhavat. So Ganesha becomes angry with the moon who is laughing at him, and he curses him, saying, on this day nobody will look at you because they will get this curse of stealing something. Something like that. So that Shapa of Ganesha, even Gauri, his own mother is honoring. Be funny. That is the power of these lords. Varshasyaikadinam Ekam Dinam Gauri Pativaktram na Pashyati Bhadra Shukla Chaturtyam tu Chandra Darshana Shankaya. So the katha of the fear is this. Okay? And that day is also celebrated as Ganesha Chaturthi. I don't know if coincidentally that is the day he was born in another year. Perhaps because on his birthday he may have been circumambulating around his parents. Perhaps. Or maybe it's the day on which he received his elephant head. I don't know all that. I'm not knowledgeable enough. But anyway, nice, very nice folklore. I see what I like about Purana, Itihasa, and all that is it makes our belief system colorful. Okay, and when you attach color like that, you appreciate, and also it gives scope for artists Who would have painted this beautiful picture if we had not imagination about them? See these beautiful pictures. So culture and art, whether it is dance, whether it's painting, whether it's carving, and architecture, they go hand in hand. You cannot have architecture without iconification of things. Okay, otherwise it will be like some abstract art, like what Picasso does, meaningless. Okay, if somebody is hurt by me saying Picasso's art is meaningless, ignore that. For him, it may carry a meaning. His belief system is different. Okay. All right. So next we move to section 5. See, moment we move out of the grammar is what takes a lot of time for us to learn. That's why we dedicate time there. A lot of exercises is there. Here it's all additional learning using, to increase our Sanskrit knowledge and to make the class little more colorful. Otherwise, it'll become boring only teaching about grammar, right? That's why beautifully these books are I highly appreciate the scientific nature of these books. To spread the color a little bit using these different lessons. Next, we learn about Subhashitam. Why this section is there is, this section is there so that we start learning how to unravel apparently complex looking shlokas to make them very simple Sanskrit sentences, which they are in the end. Okay, so the art of unraveling that is taught through this, and also at the same time we enjoy the beauty of the Sanskrit Subhashitams. You can say one of the nuggets, one of the golden nuggets of Sanskritam is the Subhashitam world in it, right? Entire culture is taught through beautiful sayings in these beautiful verses. This Subhashitam culture is common in all Indic dharmas, whether it is Jain dharma, whether it is Bauddha dharma, or whether our own Sanatana dharma. You will find this is a common trait. So now he saw this Subhashitam we will see. Anybody has a question with respect to the previous one? No. Okay. Anytime you guys can unmute and ask a question. When there is a pause in between, please do. Yeah. Ponnu
Mahodaya, Shankaya Shabdasya Artha ki.
Shankaya. Shanka means doubt. With Shanka is Shankaya. Okay. Ramena Tritiya. With Shanka. Tritiya Vibhakti. Karanakaraka. Shanka.
Shankaya.
Strilinga. Shankaya. Sitaya. Like that. Shankaya.
Avagatam. Avagatam Mahodaya. Astu.
See, everything is in vibhakti in Sanskritam. Either it has to be an avyaya as a noun, or it has to be in a particular vibhakti as a noun. And then there is a kriya pada. So what is the kriya pada? It's already there, pashyati, in the verse earlier. So there is only nouns here. So this is in Saptami, Chaturthi, Chaturtyam, Strilinga, Saptami, Ekavachana. Tu is an avyaya, indeed, something like that. Chandra Darshana Shankaya is a samasta pada, but finally the dominating shabda for determinant to the linga is Shanka. What Shanka? Of the Chandra Darshana. Darshana of what? Of the Chandra. So of the Chandra, of the Darshana, the doubt. Through that, by that, with that, fear, Pativaktram na pashyati. Like that. Okay. You will see sentence stacking, how to use vibhaktis is a particular learning that continues throughout these lessons. You will learn that. It's a beautiful language for that reason. Very scientific. Okay. Ashaya ye dasaste dasas sarvalokasya asha yesham dasi tesham dasayate lokah. Okay. Ashaya ye dasaste dasas sarvalokasya asha yesham dasi tesham dasayate lokah. Here usually one thing kavis always do is they apply the sandhis in the kavya as per the requirement to meet the metric norms of that vritta. So this is in a shloka vritta. Okay, anushtup vritta, I think. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, breaking the meter there. I'm confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not in Anushtup. It's not in Shloka meter because 7 plus 7 is there. So it's slightly different meter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 plus 7, 14, 14 is a different vrutta because it's not 32 characters. It is 28 characters. So 7 plus 7 plus 7, or it may be some other combination. I'm not aware of this Vritta. Obviously, it looks like Anushtup, but it is not Anushtup because immediately you see there is a lack. Okay, one letter lack. Okay, anyway. So here, when they meet that meter requirement, something has to be Dirgha Akshara, something has Hrisva Akshara. Actually, we don't use Dirgha Hrisva, you use something called Gurutva and Lagutva. Because more than just Dirgha Hrisva of the Swara, there is actually, whether there is a compound letter or not, all of them influence. So that Gurutva and Lagutva is used to mean short meter, long meter of the particular Akshara. So A is a Guru Akshara, Sha is a Guru Akshara, Ya is a Guru Akshara, like this. Ye is a Guru Akshara, all these being Dirghas. Da, Guru Akshara, Sa, Guru Akshara. But even if this was Rasva, because there is a compound that follows, this Halanta Sakara is attached to the length of this Sa. So Sas is how it is taken in the Gurutva aspect. So even if this was Rasva, this becomes a Guru letter due to the compound here. Te is a compound, Ste is a compound which is Guru because of Ekara, which is Guru Swara or Dirgha Swara. Similarly, Dirgha, again double Dirgha, Hrasva, but because Repa is there, Dirgha. So Guru again. So Guru. So Guru. This one is the only Hrasva here. Okay. This one is a Lagu. Then Guru. And then Guru again because of compound, Lagu. But Guru I always in the end, so you can say Guru. So it's a weird meter because everybody seems to be Guru Akshara to me, except one guy who was not Guru. So similarly here, Guru, Hrasva. Where one similar place. Okay? Guru, and ending is Guru, also Guru because of Visarga, but it is always considered Guru. Interesting. One Lagu Akshara, others are Guru Akshara. So we'll find out about this meter. I'll fit it into a software that is present online to see what it is. Okay. So here another thing the Kavis do is the sandhis. So we have to unravel the sandhis. Here there is something called Lopa Sandhi. Okay. Ashayaha is the original word. Ashaya. Because there is actually no word called Ashaya in the Vibhakti table. So Ashayaha. Visarga Lopa. Ashada Yaha. Ye. So Yaha Yau Ye. Bahuvachana of Yaha Shabda. Who all. Okay. So Ashayaha ye dasaha. See here Visarga has become Sakara. Okay. Visarga Sattva Sandhi. So we have to unravel it as dasaha te. So ye te pair. You have studied this yaha yahat saha. Similarly, plural is of that is ye te. Yaha saha yau tau ye te. Yaha yau ye saha tau te. Dasaha te. Dasaha, same sandhi. Dasas. So again here Sakara reverses to in the break as dasaha. So dasaha sarva lokasya as a one samastapada. Sarva lokasya. So what is this? Ashayaha ye dasaha. Those who are the slaves of desires or of desire. Ashayaha. Okay. Because ekavachana of desire, those who are slaves of desire, dasaha sarva lokasya te, they are also the slaves of the entire world. So once you become slave of your desire, you will become slave to the others in the world because you start needing everything. Your addiction drives you into slavery. Beautiful word, right? Ashayaha ye dasaha te dasaha sarva lokasya. Very simple, nice statement. Now the complement, how to win over it. See here. Asha yesham dasi tesham dasayate lokah. The one of those, see Shashti yesham, of those where the asha itself is a dasi, where desire becomes the slave of those. When desire herself is the slave of those, that means they have mastered their desires. The desire becoming their slave doesn't mean anything such as it is doing them service. It means they have mastered their desires. That means they don't care about their desires anymore. So those, for those, of those, tesham lokaha dasayate. Lokaha in a collective singular. The world will become their slave. Like that means everybody will do their bidding. Like that, because they have mastered their indriya. Why anybody does somebody's bidding? Because when they know that there is no desire in them for the result, so you know their good superior nature. So what you are doing is necessarily not to help them, but to help the world. So you become their slave so that you become good. Of course, the word slave here should not be used. Dasayate means they bid, they do their bidding or do their help, something like that you should take. Should not always take dasa bhava as slave, which is it's a little bit crude word from English. Anyway, आशायाः ये दासास्ते दासाः सर्वलोकस्य आशा येषां दासी तेषां दासायते लोकः. So the first exercise for us is the sandhi vibhajana. So we have to do the sandhi reversal and put list of words. So this is called pada vibhaga section. Ashayaha. Though we are at this level not yet taught all the visarga sandhi complication etc. It will come a little later. But it is okay to start learning how the form reversals is. Ashayaha ye dasaha te dasaha sarvalokasya kamasha. This is not a sentence. This is just a list of words. Okay? Next, we do something called anvaya. Next, we reorganize that in a sentence form. So, ye ashayaha dasaha in brackets santi te sarvalokasya dasaha bhavanti in bracket. Next sentence, asha yesham dasi asti tesham lokah eva in bracket dasayate. Kriya pada is already there, so we don't need to infer one. So that's how, that's called anvaya. At this level, they haven't yet taught you the anvaya. I don't know if it's there. No, it's at this first lesson, they have not gone into the anvaya, but it is there in the pratipadartha, but unfortunately is there in English order. I don't like it. I wish to put Sanskrit order Anvaya Vakya and put Butler English for it, because I am not trying to favor English meaning. I am trying to favor the Sanskrit order because I am learning Sanskritam, not English. But here to help, because we are coming from the English world, they are putting it in English order, but it's not great for Sanskritam. Like I don't read this way in Sanskritam, doesn't read well. See, te ye dasaha shayaha dasaha sarvalokasya lokah dasayate tesham yesham ashadasi. No, very bad order in Sanskritam. The order I read out is better with the inferred kriyapada. Maybe I should have done that sentence and put it here. It's okay. All right. So the meaning now, word by word, they have gone, but they have gone to favor the English. You see, the English sentence reads correct. Those who are slaves of desire are slaves of the entire world. The world itself acts like a slave of those whom desire is a slave. So the order of Sanskrit words is not favoring Sanskrit sentence order. It is favoring English sentence order. So I take it with a pinch of salt, take it as individual meaning simply. That's it. Okay, I would write it differently. I would write it with a Sanskrit Anvaya Vakya and then going into Butler English. So for example, I would go, ye, those, ashayaha, of the desires, dasaha, they are slaves. Te, those, sarvalokasya, of the entire world, dasaha, are the slaves. Like that I would go. Okay. So if I take out all the English words, it will sound like Indian English rather than Queen's English, but that's fine. Or the King's English nowadays, we are supposed to say, because the Queen is replaced by a king there. Anyway, Tatparyam. Those who are the slaves of desire are slaves of the entire world, but those who have no desire have the whole world under their control. Okay, nice. See, the Tatparya usually will phrase it in a better phrase, choice of words to suit the foreign language. Here it could be Butler English. Here it should be good English. So, and you can add in Tatparya, you can add some more context. Okay. So you can, for example, I would go in Indian belief system. There is a very strong belief that the five indriyas, the five sense organs, always lead us in the wrong path if we don't master it. Something like that. If you add, it shows you have learnt from this shloka. What is that? Bodha in this shloka. It's about the Indriya Nigraha, okay, which is a very critical aspect of our culture. It is not as if we are not allowed the joy of these Indriyas. We are allowed it under dharmic context, right? Not in adharmic ways. That's the important thing. Okay. Any question for this shloka? Okay, everybody is silent. I don't think anyone got the meaning. Prema
Sir,
Varya?
I have a difficulty.
Leela
Just a
Varya?
minute. The dasa stay. It is not the sandhi is not dasa aste, not like
No,
that.
no,
No,
no, no, no, no,
dasa
no, no, no.
aste.
Aste is
Okay.
not a
Okay.
word, first of all.
Huh.
Aste is not there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there is a perhaps an aste, something like that. But anyway, leave it. Dasaha te. Visarga sakara. Visargasya sakara. Okay. In fact, the visarga is a very interesting phenomenon. Visarga is not part of the standard letter set of Panini. Okay. Visarjaniyaha and Anuswara. Both of these are invoked due to sandhis in the Paniniya Prakriya. If you see Maheshwara Sutra, Visarga and Anuswara are the missing letters in Maheshwara Sutras. Okay, Maheshwara Sutra is the Akshara Jnana through Paninian order, not in the Kaka I E form. That is normal pata. That is normal pata I E U and then Kaka Gaganga. That is normal pata, Laukika pata. That's also important because that also has certain categorization in it. There is some other order called Maheshwara Sutra order where I, Un, Ruk, Ayong, Hayavarat, like this, some very exotic sounding 14 verses are there. Okay. It is supposed to be that these letters emerged from the Damaru of Maheshwara when he did the cosmic dance. That's why we believe our Bhasha is Deva Bhasha, right? So from that cosmic dance it emerged. So when he did that cosmic dance and made these sounds, Visarga and Anuswara are missing in that, and they are later on in Panini Sandhi Prakriya they get generated. Okay, Visarga. So the original thing is dasas only, that eventually becomes dasaha when it separates out as a single word. So here in the Sandhi, it has remained in its original form, you can say. Okay.
Dhanyavad Mohdaya.
Mahodaya, can you just explain the verse once again, the explanation of this Subhashita?
What explanation, Bhagini? That's what I've been doing last 20 minutes.
No, I have been listening just once.
It's there all printed out. I said nothing new. All I said was, the value addition I did was, I said, if I want to put a Sanskrit sentence, I would go, ye ashayaha dasaha bracket asanti te lokasya sarvalokasya dasaha bracket bhavanti. That would be the Anvaya Vakya. Okay? Then I said, येषाम् आशा एव दासी अस्ति तेषां lokah dasayate. Like that is the word. Okay, that's all I said. That's the only value addition I have done. Everything else is there on the screen. Okay.
Mahodaya. Dhanyavad Mohdaya.
Mahodaya, dasayate is the kriya verb.
Very good. See, this is a very special dhatu. Okay, this is called nama dhatu. Okay, and there is a technology in Samskritam. Okay, to make slave, something like, or to become slave. Okay, so
To enslave.
To enslave. So the word dasa, a slave, is taken and converted into an action to become a slave. Okay, so there is a sanadi prakriya. There is a sanadyanta prakriya available in Sanskritam to take a noun stem and convert it to a dhatu and apply it in this way. Okay, to enslave is actually an action, right? Enslaving is an action, but slave word has generated the dhatu, dasaya. So dasayate.
Okay. Are we
So there is
supposed to have
similarly,
used
for example, Vasudevayate, something like that. Okay, Vasudevayate is a Kriya Pada used. It seems like a noun, right? Vasudeva. How can there be a Kriya Pada Vasudevayate? It means to do a Vasudeva. In English, we do this same Tadita, but the mechanism used is to add to do a Vasudeva, to do a trump. To if you do some stupid thing, he said to do a trump or something. So same way, to do a Vasudeva, you cannot use it for some abstract nouns. What is the meaning of to do a Vasudeva? To do the enormous difficult thing he did to carry Krishna, the baby, on his head across a Yamuna in flood, discarding his own safety to protect the last son, Devaki's last son. He crossed the Yamuna. So that act is called, Vasudevayate, like that. Okay, you can now apply if some man does something so bold in sacrificial mentality, disregarding his own safety. We can say he does, especially if it is related to a baby. We can say, hey, Vasudevayate, saha Vasudeva istisam. Okay, Vasudeva. It is not about Vasudeva is actually Krishna. Vasudeva is the father. Any other questions? Okay. I need to check the Dhatu list. I think it is a Sanadi Prakriya which has brought this rather than a native Dhatu. I don't remember a Dhatu with this kind of.
Yate sounds very much like Atmanepadi.
No, that is yeah, the Atmanepadi ending and the Yakara is like to deferred action to make someone else, like that. So because here the Yakara may be due to a Prakriya rather than transferred action. Okay, others who don't get all that, don't worry. It's a little complex word. All these dhatus, various letters that attach and all that. So she was talking about the yakara. She was talking about the ate ending, which is the atmanepadi ending, etc. Okay. Okay. Next verse. It is 12:40. So we have to attack this verse in the afternoon at 3 o'clock. Okay. So let us plow on at 3 o'clock. Please gather back, and we will go on for an hour and try to cover a lot more. Okay. First pata will be always a little slow. It will take a little more. After that, I'll start going a little fast. As you become familiar with my style and all that, it will become easier also for you to absorb faster. So have a nice lunch break. Take a bit of rest, and 3 o'clock, let us gather back with the second verse, right? So we will end the call here. Thank you very much.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. Why does it pop off? Okay, I'll stop sharing.